Hello everybody, Zaramaru here with a Kotatsu type setup for this video, and I am joined by Haru.
What's up, guys?
Depending on what I put for the title of the video, I have no idea what I'm going to put for it yet, but we're going to be discussing beer, specifically craft beer.
It's the only one that matters.
True, because between World Market and all the stuff that you've had me try for the last few years,
Oh yeah.
which I actually have one, which I've seen these always at World Market, but I've never bought one. My first beer, because I have the mini fridge also next to me, I have the Arrogant Bastard Ale.
Yes, it's a classic.
Drink fresh, numbskull.
Yeah, right.
Love that.
Arrogant bastard, man. It's a.
And he's already left the Discord. He'll be back in a second. I think he'll realize it soon enough. His phone will do that to him. It'll do it to everyone who uses mobile. Eventually he'll remember and come back. But for this one, it is interesting little bit to it. Canned in Richmond, Virginia. Cool. That's actually pretty awesome. And welcome back.
Yeah, it just kicked me off there randomly.
I actually didn't do anything, so I was pouring beer.
Yeah, I figured the silence was due. It was just because you pouring, and then I was like, wait, this is way longer than a pour.
I was gonna say, and I have a separate mic for recording, and I have a other mic for my headset, which is a wireless headset, so therefore I can use the Kotatsu.
Yeah.
Which I know you're jealous of.
Yeah, give it about a month. It's still a little warm down in DFW.
When it's sitting at 70, 72 degrees in this house and I'm right by a vent, my feet usually get cold.
Ah.
That's not bad. It reminds me of a Guinness.
Yeah. I mean, they're different types of they're two different types of beers because
it's the bitterness afterwards that it reminds me of.
Yeah, because I mean they're gonna have like a big multi-character to them because one's a strong ale, and the other's a stout, so they're both gonna be really strong. But yeah, the Arrogant Bastard, it's 100 IBUs, so it's going to be it's gonna have that little bitter bite to it.
Which doesn't bother me. I mean, I've had black coffee, so
yeah.
If you can survive black coffee, you can survive a bitter ale, regardless.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
I also have the one thing I've never eaten before, and I had to take a page out of your book.
Oh boy.
I have avocado toast. The thing that everyone assumes millennials eat.
Yes. What prevents us from owning homes?
I'm actually serious. I told Sam this because I was making a toast as she was warming up leftovers that I showed you yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I've never eaten avocado toast. Ever.
Yeah, it's pretty good, man. Like, just quick and easy to throw together, especially if you've already got like the guacamole already made.
I literally just cut an avocado and just put it there. That's all I did.
Oh yeah. Some people do it that way too, but I do mine with a guacamole.
Well, this was like a perfectly ripe avocado, so.
Oh, there you go.
And I have it on sourdough bread, so it's on a big piece. I have 4 different pieces here.
That sounds good. Love me some sourdough.
It has to be sourdough or rye. The best breads.
Yep.
And if you disagree with that, we can't be friends.
You're wrong.
And some of my toast is browned. Like the last time I made that sandwich, being told it was too burnt. It's like it's not even burnt at all. So what'd you open up?
I just opened up a Let's see. This one is it's Bearded Iris. It's Bearded Iris Chief of Chiefs Double Dry Hop Double IPA. And
Nice.
yeah, they're a very good brewery out of Nashville, Tennessee, and I got it. Not courtesy of, but through Tavor.
Yeah, which I keep seeing. I get the notifications. It's just that I have stuff on the way. It's like I can't really order when I've got plenty.
Yeah. Oh man, that's sweet.
Sounds like it'd be up my alley then.
Yeah.
Which
With a double dry hop, I expect a little bit of bitter, some bitter and a lot of juice, and the juice is definitely there, and it's very sweet.
Well, if you think about it, there was the dry hopped mead I got you. Really had no bitterness whatsoever to it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, dry hopping tends to not really impart bitter so much as the actual flavor of the hops.
But the bitterness usually comes when you're boiling the hops.
Yep.
I've been doing all my math on that, to be honest with you.
Been doing your research.
As a person should be who enjoys beer, trying to make their own stuff.
Craft alcohol.
Yeah.
Because we basically take it all on now. Craft beer, craft cider, craft mead.
Pretty much. That's where our plan is.
I'm too much of a wimp to drink craft whiskey and all that stuff.
Trust
me. My liver's not strong like it used to be.
Trust me, after my incident with the moonshine, trust me, no.
Oh. The moonshine, oh my god.
No.
Everybody's had an incident with moonshine.
This was made from a former, I say former because he's dead, but I said that probably just horribly, but he couldn't help it. He went to the doctors and they could never figure anything out. His blood sugar go from average to like almost single digits.
Ugh.
It would spike regardless of whatever he did. But he would make moonshine, and he sent me a jar of the apple pie and 2 of the cherry.
Ooh.
And you had the spices, much like how the peach cobbler G Fuel I've done a video on, very similar to all the spices that are in there.
Ooh.
And he would leave the full cherries in, minus the pits, for the cherry moonshine.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
But, and you already know what I want the next time you ever go to Turning Point is that cheesecake one.
Yeah, that one's wild, man.
And I got your hot sauce. It's sitting in the living room.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
And I've got about 5 other beers. I have the Dragon's Milk White Stout.
That's all. Man, that's a good one, yeah.
I have from Great Divide Strawberry Rhubarb Sour Ale.
Yeah, another good one. Great Divide, they were one of my favorites out of Colorado.
I have
I'm pretty sure they're out of Colorado.
From 9 Band Brewing, I have Ghost Cow Oktoberfest.
I have none. That's one of the few Oktoberfests that's local to here in DFW that I haven't had.
That's a shock. Me, actually, well, that it is a shock, except the only thing I think they hadn't really had was the other meads I couldn't save in time for you.
Yeah. It's just not, man, just 9 band stuff doesn't get really far or to a lot of the beer shops around DFW so far. I mean, they occasionally show up every now and then, but of course I haven't been to a bottle shop in about 3 months. Usually my monthly Tavor shipments enough to keep my fridge stocked, but
I think I stocked your fridge up a decent bit with the beers I left you with.
Yeah. It took me about a week to run through those.
Then I have from Independence Brewing in Austin, I have the Convict Hill Oatmeal Stout.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a good one.
And then the
first time I had that one was at a ramen spot in downtown.
That does sound like it would be great with ramen. I'm not gonna lie on that.
Oh, dude, it goes so well with some spicy miso.
Ooh. And one from probably it's becoming my favorite brewery in DFW, Martin House.
Yeah, the boys.
Super fast jellyfish pineapple sour.
Ooh, don't think I've had that one yet.
Yeah, that one popped up. The others were already sold out over at World Market.
So you just took what you could get.
Yeah, I got a 4-pack, and I've had the white stout already. I had that last night. I had Sam try a sip, and she was expecting bitterness. There was nothing bitter about that white stout at all.
Oh, no.
There was nothing. I was expecting slightly sweeter anyway. It's just that just blew my expectations in a good way.
Yeah, white. Well, sweetness is just something that you can usually expect out of a stout, especially like the milk stout style that they go for.
I think it depends, because if it's canned or bottled, it may taste different compared to actually getting it from a tap.
Yeah, draft is always going to be a little bit smoother.
And we found that out with the Sweet Fang from Panther Island.
Oh, yeah.
Where the can just wasn't as good as when we had it poured.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know, there's just always a difference in just how the carbonation hits, you know?
To me, it tasted...
Yeah, you don't want to use the tired old phrase, it just hits different, but it does.
I mean...
It do.
And every time we go down there, I always, at the ones we go to, even just the bars, you see how I tip. I tip about the same as you do.
Yeah.
Because, one, they're always so happy to see people.
Yeah, especially this year of yours.
Yeah, I know. That's why I definitely tipped when we were at World of Beer.
Oh, yeah.
That place was just fantastic.
That's my first time going to a World of Beer, and almost... see, the first time I went to a World of Beer was just after I turned 21. And it was the one that used to be by the SMU campus, and that thing's been gone for ages. I think a Torchy's Tacos is where it is now.
Never ate at one of those either.
They're all right. They're pretty good. I mean, they're pretty good, like, tacos for, like, the gentrification neighborhood sort of place, you know.
Right.
I prefer my street tacos from the genuine gas stations in downtown.
Or the food trucks. Some food trucks do.
Oh yeah, they do. My favorite spot though is a place pretty just a stone's throw from On Rotation. It's called Tacos La Banqueta, and they, oh my god, like the meat, they cook the meat to perfection. Oh my god, their sauces are to kill for. Like, their hot sauces are just like killer. I definitely pay the price for eating all that hot sauce the next day, but God Almighty, those tacos are worth it.
Sometimes same day.
Yeah, actually.
Happened to me this morning. I had some breakfast bites. I was using Los Calientes Rojo from Hot Ones.
Oh yeah.
And trust me, it was worth it, because I had those. It was a turkey sausage breakfast bite with egg, cheese, and I think some onion and pepper in them. That hot sauce just completed it. Usually I would use the classic hot sauce for a lot of my breakfast stuff, because it's just perfect. But this...
Okay, so I'm in the process of reviewing this Chief of Chiefs that I'm drinking, and I mean, it's a good old bearded Irish haze. Like, it's packing those juices, but it's unusually I mean, it's like you expect a little bit of sweetness with a haze, but this thing's got sweetness like a triple IPA. Like it is unusually sweet for just a double IPA, and it's got a nice, comfortable, bitter aftertaste to it.
It sounds good.
Oh, Bearded Iris is some of the best IPAs you can get your hands on. Between them and I think Southern Grist is also in Nashville, and they're one of the finest breweries in the whole nation.
But one thing I want people to realize is when you support a craft brewery, you're supporting a small business which puts more money into your community more so than trying to buy anything that's mass produced to taste like piss.
Yes.
And you're just supporting just bigger corporations, which puts no money into your community at all.
No money to the community. They do everything they can to put their money offshore.
Pretty much. And during this pandemic, every single brewery that is open will do curbside pickup. You can support them.
Nearly everybody's still doing curbside, even with tap rooms opening in Texas. Most are still offering curbside, and or you can walk in and get beer to go, because thank the Lord we got beer to go in Texas passed in September of last year, or finally enacted anyway. It was passed before that, but it was enacted in September, and that thing was a godsend, because if we didn't have beer to go starting back in September, like
every brewery would be shut down.
Pretty much, like, yeah.
And like I said, all the craft breweries, they taste fantastic. I mean, anyone who's watched any of my beer reviews, especially the Martin House, the Mead, that's all craft brew. And I have about a 24-pack coming in of the Sizer from Grunfell, which is a apple vanilla mead.
Ooh!
And it's from this is the only batch they're making of their discontinued. Yeah, this is their only batch that they're making.
Yeah, Granville likes to cycle through stuff, and I like that with meaderies.
If they do seasonal stuff, which I didn't know about until it was too late for me to try one of their other ones. It was a lemon green tea mead, which I would have loved to try.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
It was their
because remember, you and me are big fans of that of the Kyoto Kizukura Brewing matcha IPA.
Yes, which I reviewed perfectly. I think
yeah.
Like, it was fantastic.
I had the great fortune of having a Kyoto Kizukura matcha IPA in Kyoto earlier this year. It's quite the experience, because some of the finest green tea and all and that you can get your hands on is grown just south of downtown Kyoto in a town called Uji. And I believe that's where Kizukura sources their matcha from for the matcha beer.
See, that's why I can't wait for 2022. Because hopefully by sometime 2021 I can actually get to getting my passport, because I can't do shit right now.
Yeah, I didn't mind at my local post I say local post office, but no, I had to drive to the post office in the next town over to do it, because only certain post offices can process passports around here, apparently.
That's weird.
That's how I did mine. And you gotta have a lot of. It took me 3 tries to get my passport, because like what I thought was my birth certificate was not an admissible birth certificate, so I had to travel to Greenville, where I was born, to get my birth certificate, and then I had to provide other sources of identification and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I believe mine is sitting in her mom's safe.
Because you've got it.
Because all that stuff was brought with us to Texas, and then whenever it came to them leaving, She made sure she grabbed everything of importance, document-wise, to myself and locked them up.
Good. Yeah, because let me tell you, man. I don't know what's gonna be the closest area to process your passport for Childress. I'd assume it's gonna be Wichita Falls or Amarillo. But yeah, it's a pain. It can be a pain in the neck. But yeah, after they took, they took an awful fucking picture for my passport. But after they take the picture for your passport, I think it took like only 3 weeks for them to actually get mine in.
The thing is, I think I can actually do it in town here. From I think
Oh!
what Sam was showing to me before. But I'll double check on that whenever I have to send out Ray's package next.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on the hoodie.
That wouldn't really be a surprise though, because the town that the town that I had to go to do my passport is technically a smaller town than Mesquite is. Rowlett. Like, yeah, I had to go to the post office down the street from the very first brewery I ever visited.
But most likely, because I think Sam had shown me a paper for like a application and stuff for passports in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the application process is the easiest part of it. It's just making sure you have all of your documentation ready on the spot.
That's why whenever
make the appointment and just hope to God you got all the documentation you need.
Yeah, that's why I would look up everything, then have that same stuff with me as I do it.
Cause yeah, I didn't fuck around on getting the passport. Like I got my passport for a trip in early September. The trip was in early September. I got my passport. I applied for the passport and went through the whole process late February. Yeah, late February 18. Then my first trip to Japan was September of 18.
I remember.
Cause yeah, you know how dealing with the fucking government is.
Yeah, it's a big pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah. Man, and one of the times that I got sent back because I forget what documentation I was missing that I had to postpone my passport thing once again. But yeah, as I was driving home, like a nasty freaking thunderstorm blew through, and so I was pissed off for like 2 or 3 days after that.
Yeah, I plan on trying to get everything this way. So I feel like this trip, that your third trip will probably be your best one, because you have someone who already knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and someone who actually appreciates the culture, and someone who is able to appreciate it as much as I can, and also just go at the same pace as me, because both times I've gone over there, I've gone with athletic motherfuckers that have wanted to just sprint around everywhere, and I'm not that kind of person. They're like, why are you taking so long? And I'm like, I'm taking pictures, and they're like, we're taking pictures too. We've got 250 pictures each, and I'm like, and this was like halfway through our trip, and I was like, I've got 600 pictures so far.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna take my time and enjoy it because I want to get
soak it in, man.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. And that's the difference between me and your friends that you went with on both times.
Yeah, and then, oh my god, I kind of regret going to Japan with this fucking dude that I went with this year, because dude did not save for the deer park in Nara. Dude kind of just did not really give a shit at all.
Yeah, see, a lot of our goals line up.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that he loved the most about Japan was going to the fucking ramen places. But God, like,
I'm sorry, but
you can't miss on ramen over there, man. Like, everywhere you go is gonna be good. But the one, like, I told him like 6 months before I actually started booking our itinerary, as far as like planning like what cities we were going to be and where in the cities we were going to be. I told him like do your research and send me stuff that interests you. And the only things that he sent me, the first thing that he sent me right away was, I want to see the deer park in Nara, and I was like, that's pretty close to Kyoto, so done, and I want to see it too. And then the other one was he just wanted to go to a izakaya that had a nomi hodai, like the 2 hour all you can drink thing, and I'm just like, we can go anywhere and do that, dude.
Yeah, see, for me, I know for us, our last 2 to 3 days, we're going to be at Akihabara. Because I want to view as much as I fucking can.
I want to go to more than just anime and kotobukiya. I want to go to K-books. I want to go to Toranoeno.
Plus, in those general areas, like there's different like maid cafes and stuff. I would love to visit.
Yeah, cosplay cafes.
Yes. Plus, we have plans for the Final Fantasy Cafe and the SAO Cafe as well.
Yeah. Plus, you can see the actual Ami Ami.
Yeah.
That was a place that I wanted to go to when I went in 2018, and God, like on this was just like were we there? We were there on a Saturday night, and everything like closed down at like 8 p.m. and it was kind of disappointing because we got to Akiba at 6 o'clock because we had gone to the Edo Tokyo Museum, just a couple stations up from Akiba, and we spent a lot more time in the Edo Tokyo Museum than I expected. But damn, was that an interesting museum! Just told the history of Edo and Tokyo from the founding. Like had a whole ass like original style kabuki theater in there.
Oh wow.
Had a full size replica of the original Nihonbashi Bridge that you can actually walk across. It was super cool. That's probably a spot I gotta take you, man, because it was interesting, and it's of course because it. If you look it up, you can see like how interesting it is. Like it's like propped up like 60. It's the whole museum is like 2 or 3 floors, but it's propped up like 60 feet in the air, so you have to take this giant fucking escalator to get up into it.
Ooh.
It's so cool, and it's right next door to the what's that place called? It's a place where they do the sumo tournaments, and they were actually doing a sumo tournament when we were there in 18. So you could hear like the sumo festivities going on at the arena there.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to enjoy like the local cuisine in general, not just ramen.
Yeah. That was kind of one of my. That's been kind of my one of the regrets of both of my trips was, not soaking in as much of the local cuisine as I could have.
That's what I'm saying. Like, with we there, that's probably going to happen. Is we're going to be trying as much stuff as we can and just enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, I've got to show you to like some of my favorite street vendors that I've found in both spots.
I would love to visit. Obviously, again, you already know I'm up for it.
Well, yeah, one of my favorite meals I've had like in both of my trips was a okonomiyaki booth just outside of Namba Station in Osaka. One of Osaka's 3 big train stations. Namba Station is also where Osaka's SAO Cafe is at.
Yeah, which
it's pretty close to
go to there too.
And it's also pretty close to Osaka's Osaka's Akihabara, Nihonbashi. But so it's a fun area to be in regardless. But this okonomiyaki spot, it's just literally across the street from Namba Station. 250 yen for the best freaking okonomiyaki I have had in my life.
That is that's cheap.
So $2. So about $2.
Yeah.
And like I've had it all. I've had like a wide variety of stuff in Japan. Like I've had Kobe steaks in Kobe. I've had the finest ramen you can get in Kyoto, but man,
and I keep linking videos from Ryotaro and Chris abroad too.
Yeah, Risotoro. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was going through some of his stuff um, yesterday, and man, I really want to see Toyama because that's one of the places that I have my eye on moving to because it's on Japan's west coast, and it's surrounded by the Japanese Alps, and
Oh
so it's just
wow.
gorgeous. And I'm a person that likes being on the coast, but I'm also a man that loves the hell out of some mountains.
See, for me, like if
So,
it was like a forest area, mountain, you've got me pretty well. Yeah,
oh, dude, go. You just go like 20 miles in any direction in Japan, and you got it.
but you know what I mean in general.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's just
You'd
probably a lot of that is in general because
you'd
where I,
love Uji, man.
like where I grew up, obviously before I moved to Texas, like the woods were right behind my house, so I had woods all day long every day. And I got used to that. It was just peaceful.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love being around the woods. Maybe not the mosquitoes so much, but but yeah, I like being around the mountains. I like walking up and down. I like walking up and down it. But I also like being on the coast, and like, God, Japan's perfect for that. But I just want to be somewhere where it's a little cooler and rains a little more. So that's why I want to go to. That's why I want to hopefully move to Japan's west coast, because that's the snow belt.
But in general, I am looking forward to that trip. And
Yeah.
I've already told well, I should say it's gonna be my dwindling management crew, but I already told him, like, I plan on taking a trip in 2 years for 2 weeks.
Be better prepare your asses.
And I said, during these 2 weeks, we don't have any holidays. Don't have inventory. There's nothing that would prevent me from going. And I don't take time off very often at all. And it would just be me,
No.
it would just be me going. And I already told him that as soon as I clock out from work the day before, I would have to drive all the way to a halfway point to meet up with you.
Yep.
And then go to your house for that evening, and then leave for the airport the next morning.
Oh man. Yeah. Because I think they're about to start offering like more regular flights direct to Japan from DFW, because I believe American Airlines is making DFW its new America to Asia hub. So
I mean, that would be amazing, and it could possibly be cheaper.
it could be cheaper, and honestly, like despite my times during my layovers being spent usually just drinking my ass off, and God Almighty, airport beer is expensive. But yeah, it's a skippable thing. Like I'd rather just, if I'm taking a trip to Japan, I'd rather just get my ass to Japan ASAP.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, that's why I can't wait. Like I've linked you probably a good portion of the stuff I want to do. A lot of it falls into what you want to do at the same time, and some of the stuff that
Yep.
you want to do falls in line with, like, well, I want to see that too.
Yeah, because we appreciate the culture, man.
That's the difference. Like, everyone else want to just cross off their bucket list. I just really want to visit because that's something I just want to do to enjoy somewhere that's not here.
Yeah, and man, it's it's honestly just a little bit refreshing, just getting out of like the the crap cycle here. Like, I just love being disconnected from all the drama and all that. Like, all everything you see on Twitter, say for the people that you follow, it's all like, because you're using Japanese data. It's all in Japanese. So unless you can read kanji, and good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I'm going to be trying
It's
more
just
and
good,
more so is just the certain phrases, so I can actually communicate with what's needed for,
dude.
like,
Dude, in 2 years, you got enough time to actually like learn the language proper.
it's more so the time for me, because you already know how
Yeah,
I am when I
yeah.
get off work. It's more of I
You
can't
want to
half
you
the
want to
time.
relax. Yeah, understandable.
And since I will probably get that promotion as well, I don't know what's going to be in store for me. Which I'll explain that outside of the video. That's not going to be for this. I want to just make just...
Yeah.
But as for obviously the beer, I mean, it's actually not even just beer. That's why I linked actually a artist.
Dude, I can't wait to show you some of like the breweries that I went to over there, because I went to a handful of breweries this year, and holy shit! Like between 2018 and 2020, like Japan's beer scene like just stepped the fuck up. It was so like it was already a decent scene. Like you could tell the roots were there, but you could tell it hadn't blossomed yet. But man, like going there this year and checking out the beer scene this year, like they had not just blossomed; they were bearing fruit.
I can't wait for that.
Because I visited Folkways Brewing in Tokyo. I visited West Coast Brewing in Shizuoka, and I visited Kyoto Beer Lab in Kyoto. And oh my god, the beer is so good. And that's in addition to just the beer that I would get from the just like the cafes that we went to.
Speaking of that, there's also the it was a Gundam museum / cafe as well that I linked you to.
Oh boy,
I'd linked you to that one a few weeks ago, actually, not too long after we got back from DFW. So it's been a while since I've sent it, because we were looking at stuff online that day. We were talking on Twitter, so I was just finding stuff and just linking it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's speaking of museums, like one of the spots that I wanted to see this year but couldn't because it was closed due to the apocalypse was the International Manga Museum in the downtown Kyoto.
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that.
Yeah, you can it's got like a giant garden out in the back of it. Like you can actually rent manga from the place, and yeah, just read it.
That's just awesome. I would say I wish that was here, but the problem is no one here appreciates or gives a shit about anything. Just
they just walk off and pocket whatever they rented.
And not even just that, just in general.
Yeah.
And I think it's all just fun and games.
Yeah, that's important. Yeah. That's probably the biggest thing that I really just enjoy about Japan is just it's a different culture. It's just literally like a different culture. Like people are just more conscious of one another over there. They're more courteous to one another over there. Like they are that's one of my favorite things to explain to people. Like whenever they're like, but you're a big guy, like weren't you uncomfortable with the close quarters there? And I was like, sure, but they're not any more comfortable with it than you are, but they just put up with it because that's just how it is there.
Yeah.
Like they like their personal space over there just as much as we do. Like, but
they're more polite about it too.
Yeah, but they just know like sometimes you just gotta pack in close quarters and just deal with it. Just take it on the chin. And but people are obviously more courteous to one another over that. Like they like you pretty much have to keep the noise down after like 9 p.m. But because the walls there are paper thin, you don't want to disturb your neighbors.
Yeah, I've seen the videos from Charmeleon and Chris about that. So.
Yeah.
Like a lot of stuff I need to know. It's like I'm learning just from watching their videos.
Yeah. I mean yeah, because like they do keep themselves, and because you are a foreigner, they usually do keep a little bit of extra distance from you. But if you need help, like if you're like need to ask for directions or something, they're glad to help more often than not. So
well, it's also in their culture to not just flat out say no.
Yeah.
It's even just in the language. I mean, that was actually something I was reading on where even if they didn't want to, they just can't say no. They may say maybe, or it's the way they have gone about.
Problem.
But that's just the way their language is. I mean, because otherwise you're just being disrespectful, and they've. And the way their culture is, you don't do that to anyone, especially if it was from your own country.
Right.
So they treat that even to any sort of outsiders / foreigners like us. But they also they can also easily tell who is just not even trying to start anything, just enjoying, not. I guarantee they could easily figure out.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of it, and that's yet again the whole they're mindful, just the mindfulness of towards their community and whatnot. Like, one thing that I really learned quick about Japan was save for Shinjuku, because Shinjuku is a little sketch, but I walked around with my hands in my pockets, cause I was afraid of pickpockets in those tightly packed train stations and whatnot. And yeah, that's not a thing over there. It's not a thing over there.
No, I think it's probably one of the only countries where it's not.
And I mean, I say Shinjuku is sketch, but it's honestly it's an easier time going through there than it is going through Deep Ellum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we've both had some fun going through that area.
Oh yeah. Not as bad as it could have been, but also the Ghost Cow Oktoberfest for the lager is actually kind of a little sweet.
I mean, Oktoberfest should be sweet. Oktoberfest usually have they have a sweetness, a very malty sweetness. They've got usually a bready character to them, okay. And then then a lot of spicy notes to them. And my favorite thing with Oktoberfest is there's just the general way how to make them, but everybody makes it different. And I love just what's the word? Just examining the differences between say the 9-band Oktoberfest and say Real Ales or Carbox or Petty Coluses. I had all three of those last night, by the way. Because everybody does it different, and everybody's got their take on it. Some do their Oktoberfest very bready. Some do them very spicy.
See, this one
Some do them very sweet.
See, this one is an assertive, full-bodied, rich and malty classic Bavarian-style Malzen beer.
Yeah, Marzen. Yeah, love me some Marzens, man. And
it's just, I got a single because I didn't want to get a full 6-pack just in case.
Yeah.
So there's a few that I just got just a single can of. The only ones I got 4 to 6 packs of were the White Stout, the Martin House. I always go for a full pack from Martin House, always.
Always. Yeah.
Don't
blame me there.
I've never had a single bad one from Martin House ever.
I've never had a full on. I've had some where I'm just this isn't my thing, but it was a good beer, just not my thing. But yeah, I've not had a bad beer from Martin House.
Because after this one, I'm going to go for the Martin House I have next in there. Because I'm also reviewing these at the same time that we're doing this. So I'm doing a multi... You're
multitasking.
Pretty much, and since you have beers as well, I mean, it's also just showing off, in a sense, the different ones that you're describing, so...
Yeah, because I'm about to crack open number 2 here, because I'm just... I mean,
like
you can hear it.
Yeah, and like I said, this is a chill video, so it's having a good time. You still have to binge watch the new SAO to finish that off.
No, I just finished it last week. Holy shit, that was so good.
I told you, right?
Man, yeah, I binged the entirety of the finale for War of Underworld last Sunday. Oh, like I'm not. I am trying my hardest to trying to get Yata back into it because he watched Sao up through Mother's Rosario, and he actually liked Mother's Rosario, but he didn't really care for the rest of it.
Well, I mean,
but I'm just trying to tell him, like, dude, you have to get into War of Underworld, man, or Alicization. It's so good.
It was so good. It was entirely different from any other season of SAO.
And so, I did manage to convince him. Probably convince him. Did you hear about that? SAO Progressive is getting adapted. I'm so excited for that. That is my favorite. Progressive is honestly like my favorite bit of the SAO like timeline and whatnot, because it just like it tells a story from Asuna's perspective, and just
I know,
and I
think they have light novels from that perspective too.
Yeah, they have there's light novels and manga, and I've got the manga because the manga the art is penned by Himura Kiseki, who is a very renowned artist for a series called Getsuyobi no Tawawa, or Tawawa's Monday.
Haven't seen it. Or haven't.
It's an interesting read, and Himura Kiseki's got a very distinctive art style, so that's what made me pick up Progressive to start. And then seeing it's a less edgy retelling of the Aincrad arc, because it just shows off that Asuna and Kirito, and just their general group, like they are a bigger group of dorks than you could possibly imagine, and it's so endearing. It's always a good laugh every time I open up a chapter. So I am freaking excited that we're getting an SAO Progressive anime.
And I do think you would enjoy the Misfit of Demon King Academy. I do think you'd enjoy it.
I got 2 episodes into it, and I liked it. It's just I've had so much trouble just sitting my ass down to watch anime this season, and just this year, man.
Well, I know one thing that could help, and I have a way of doing it, is for Discord calls, I can set up a screen share for whatever I'm watching and have the audio play on the computer.
Yeah, and we can. I mean, we can also try our best to sync it up so that I can watch it on my end.
Well, there's a way of doing that. If on the computer, if for Discord, because we can always set it to just push to talk.
Yeah.
Right before doing that, we go 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. I've done that with some anime shorts with some buddies, with some other buddies of mine, and it makes it a lot more enjoyable, because that's kind of
I feel like we need to do that with Yuru Camp Season 2 when it comes out.
Yes.
I feel like we need to do it for that. I feel like we have to.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
I feel like we have to get some snacks, some beer, again, just sync it up, push the talk, and just enjoy.
Throw a comfy blanket over and just scoot back and watch it.
I would literally move because I have the Kotatsu move right close.
You would just sit under the Kotatsu to watch it.
I would.
Why not?
Well, I have a laptop, so I can easily do that.
Yeah.
I had moved the Kotatsu closer to my computer. That's why this whole setup is weird. I moved the webcam from the top of my monitor to the top of my desk, which is lined up and zoomed up pretty perfectly with me. Then I've got my Seiren mic, which is what's recording the video, which I tested with the cards that I opened up yesterday. I haven't actually edited and put that up because it has a lap.
Did you say Seiren mic?
Yes, because that's actually what it's called.
I love Seiren.
I know. I've only gotten I'm not gonna lie. I'm backlogged, and I've only gotten through 3.
Oh.
And so I need to continue. I just haven't. Much like how you've been behind, I've been behind trying to do what people have wanted me to do. I think I spent about 10 to 15 minutes I could have spent watching the episode making a meme that Yada refuses to acknowledge that exists.
To be quite fair, it ain't wrong.
It's really not. And here's the thing. I responded to his top 5.
Yeah. Oh,
Yuigahara's mom.
yeah, because he put Yuigahara's mom as his favorite character, as his favorite new character from Origaido this year.
And here's the thing: I made the meme before he did that.
Yeah,
it's like, could I have been any more correct? And he refuses to acknowledge it. I mean, Notes did.
Yeah, he was just like he could have photoshopped it better.
I didn't even Photoshop. I just took his previous image and just put 2 things there. That's all I did. I did it from Paint. It's like I don't have this software.
Yeah, that's what I told him when he said he could have shot that better. I was like, I know for a fact he used Microsoft Paint. and he was like, big deal. I use a PowerPoint to make my memes. I'm like, why the fuck do you use PowerPoint?
It's like I don't even have that. I literally just use Paint. I could easily do the same thing with just Paint. Just put the
Like PowerPoint's. Just take it from me, because I had to do it for my college classes. PowerPoint is such a fucking pain in the ass to use.
But here's what I'm going to do for Paint, because the lettering will work just the same. It doesn't even make a difference. Because that's what I've used to make the stuff from my thumbnails in the past. It's like, it's no different. Because I'm going to use the, I got to find what font I want to use. Because the thumbnail for this is going to be us from that picture. I have yet to make the Laughs and Craft Beer.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to make that the thumbnail. And when the image itself is clear, I'll send it to you so you could save it and use it for whenever you need to.
Yes, indeed.
Because, oh man, the flying saucer was just so amazing.
That was my actual first time drinking at the Fort Worth Saucer, and I'm glad that we were able. Yeah, I'm glad that with your trip in last month that we were able to find some spots to kind of fill the void left by the closing of the Fort Worth tab.
That's true, and it wasn't even that bad of a walk either. It was pretty.
No. It's just like it's an extra like block or 2, but man, walking around Fort Worth, it's so chill compared to walking around Dallas.
That's true, and you stay looking at me, and especially in that picture, it's like, oh, he's fat, he's just gonna be tired. Like, I wasn't even tired from walking.
Man.
It was hot. I was fine.
Yeah, but man, after that storm cooled Fort Worth off after that visit, oh man, that was fun. That was nice to walk through there.
That was actually really, like, and it was dark too, so it was just like nice and peaceful the entire way back.
And occasionally getting lit up by the lightning up in the sky.
Yeah. The best part is walking back this time is that we didn't get stopped for a fucking cigarette. There have been times where like it's usually around like con season where I meet you, and then you and me go off to like Deep Ellum or whatever. I have thought about like actually like just buying a carton of cigarettes and a lighter just to get that shit out of the way and say, here you go. And they're like, do you want money? I'm like, nah. Or like or when we went to the brewery, we got someone that yelled at us because we didn't give him money for a burger.
Well, I honestly didn't have cash that day, and he was like, oh yeah, bullshit, and I was just like, I'm not.
And the thing is though is that I didn't, and my cash was already spent for the convention to begin with.
Yeah.
I had already spent everything for the convention, so my card was what was being used for the food and beer the entire time. And that's the thing, is like, I don't really bring cash. The only time I'm ever going to have cash, in general...
Alright, I have run empty.
Get your second beer.
Yeah, it's It's
It's about time for number 3 from me once I finish this.
Holy shit, number 3, man! You put him down.
To be fair, I'm actually taking my time. It's just, if we were actually in a bar, we'd be face to face, so I'm usually more focused on talking than I am drinking.
Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Because I already finished all 4 pieces of avocado toast, so... I think that
Do I want the... Alright, you get to pick my fate for me. Do I want the sour ale with peach, cinnamon, and vanilla, or do I want the dry hop sour ale with blackberry?
Ooh, has to go with the peach. Have to go with the peach.
Yep. I was leaning that way too.
Like that just got my attention immediately.
Yeah, I mean, both of these are by the same brewery, Black Project Brewing out of Denver. And they specialize. They pretty much do nothing but sours, and they do some potent sours too.
See, I love sours in general, but the last few times we've gone out somewhere, I've tried to drink something other than sours, because I like to drink stuff I've never had.
Yeah,
and I've been
same for me, man.
The entire time we were there.
That's part of the fun of craft beer is that you get to try stuff that you've never had before.
I mean, like this Ghost Cow, it tastes like a Sweet Fang minus the peanut butter.
Ooh, I could be down for that.
That's the only thing missing from this.
I could be down for that. I mean, the Sweet Fang's a fantastic stout.
It really was. I mean, because you and I had gotten the last 2 pours at the
at the tap our first night. Yeah,
the very first time I was there.
And it's not always the case, but it's more often the case that the bottom of the keg is just the best fucking stuff in the whole keg.
Well, in this case, it was.
It's almost always either like the first couple of pours, and first couple of pours is usually with the brighter stuff like wheats and IPAs. But man, bottom of the keg on a fucking stout, like you can't. Oh, it's so good.
But I will see about trying to save a can of the vanilla apple.
Dude, yeah. Are y'all gonna try and come down?
I'm gonna try
in January. Oh, okay, March, because you usually come in January.
January is inventory, so it's a much harder stretch. And because I'm probably gonna have that position,
yeah,
I'm probably not gonna be able to because
you're gonna have a harder time getting
time
PTO
off.
with it, or
scheduling
PTO as a management position.
Now, the only difference in this position is Sam won't be in the same area as me, so getting time off together won't be as hard.
All right, so I have just cracked open this beer. It is the Archer by Black Project Spontaneous and Wild Ales out of Denver, Colorado. Out of Denver? Yeah, out of Denver. You never know with Colorado beers. No. Sour ale with peach, cinnamon, and vanilla, and I am sitting a whole ass foot and a half away from this beer, and I can still smell it. So I think you chose right.
I think I did.
All right. Hot damn. Holy crap, that's a lot of pucker power. That's the thing with oh my god. That's the thing with Black Project sours, man, is I have a scale with sours that I rate the pucker power, with 1 being polite, and then 5 being this is melting my teeth. And this is a definite 5.
Are you sure you're gonna
as most Black Project beers tend to be? But damn, it tastes good. Like it is. Just imagine like the tartest. Like imagine like a peach flavor warhead.
Ooh, that just sounds good.
But you've got like you sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon on it. It's got a little bit of vanilla there. But it's a peach warhead, man.
Oh no, trust me, I'm picturing the taste. with my eyes closed as you're describing it, and it just sounds amazing.
Okay, second sip is a lot easier, but oh my god.
It may have been because you've already experienced the first sip, which you weren't expecting that, so it's a little bit easier the second time go around.
This one's unusual in that with most beers that are this powerful, I not only get the pucker like on the edges of my tongue, but like I can feel it in my teeth too. Whereas with this sour, yeah, you do get it like around the edges of the tongue and whatnot. But this thing like punches the back of the tongue like nobody's business. That's really unusual for a sour. I like it.
I think I had something similar to that at one point from World Market when I bought something.
God damn, that is a good sour.
But this is before I started doing reviews on my channel. Which I still have to say, I have 69 subscribers.
Nice.
And my friend was the one who also pointed that out when he responded to one of my videos saying, "Did you notice that?" I was like, yeah.
Nice.
I told Sam, we both at the same time, nice.
You gotta always abide by the meme, man.
Yes. Speaking of memes, are you sure you didn't want to give it a 5 out of 7?
5 out of 7.
I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist.
God. Okay, so I'm on the Untapped. So I'm checking this into Untapped right now. The one I'm having right now, and they describe it a little bit further in detail as a peach pie sour wheat, juice peach, cinnamon, and vanilla swirled together. This 100% sour wheat based beer, lightly tart. It's not lightly tart. With driving vanilla, the Archer is a perfect beer for a cold afternoon, and I do agree with that.
I mean, peach anything on a cold afternoon sounds good, because you think of it like in a sense, you think of it in the same category as if you were having something like apple, in terms of the cider family, because of the cinnamon and the vanilla. So that's why I would think cold, definitely for that.
Yeah, man, this is a phenomenal sour, and man, it is kicking the ass sour.
I would love that. But again, I plan on saving a few cans, if I can, of that mead for you, because, again, you'll be picking up beer from me. It's like, we always find a way of providing for each other in terms of beer we can't find otherwise.
Always.
And that's how it should be for friends. That's exactly how it should be.
Because we are good friends and functioning adults.
This is true, but we didn't really fully connect until A-Con in 2017.
Bro.
And that's how everything came full circle, and we've just been
that fantastic night that first night of the breast tap, man.
And it just hasn't stopped since.
Nah.
In fact,
it's been good. It's been so good. It's been, man, like.
And I'm sure
I was coming off a very rough time. I had just quit one of the worst jobs I had ever had.
I remember because you said you were waiting to be hired from your sister. Because I remember that.
Yep.
I remember all of that. So.
Yeah, and so I was just ready to have a good time at A-Con regardless, and then
it was just like it was probably my best A-Con that I had.
Yeah.
Like, nothing had gone wrong during that entire convention. It was just like...
And so when I saw the opportunity to chill with you, like, because I'm in Fort Worth, man. Like, I'm just gonna chill, and I'm gonna invite the dude the dude that I've known for the whole time,
and we did that. Went to the panels, had some stuff from the food trucks, had some beers.
Watch the SAO movie?
Yes, we were front row.
Yeah.
Like, that was so seriously, it was just like, that was the best.
Dude, dude, you remember how, like, I was, like, rushing to get to Fort Worth, and I literally made it to the convention center, like, just before the movie started.
Yeah, because you were,
I accidentally overslept that day.
You also had the fast pass at the time, so you were waiting for.
I did. Yeah.
But you made.
Well, no. I think no. I remember you beating me into the theater.
I thought you got in before I did, but I know either way we were waiting for each other to sit in the same spot.
No, okay. So no. So what happened? So what happened was, yes, I did get into the theater before you, but because I did have the fast pass. But I literally got into the fast pass line right as they opened the door for fast pass.
And you waited
because I had overslept, and so I was like rushing to like get my ass ready, get all my stuff together, and get in my car and hustle my ass all like the 45-minute drive usually from Mesquite to Fort Worth.
Yeah, this is the one time you were just speeding like your ass off just to get there.
I think I averaged about 85 miles per hour along the highway that whole trip.
Sounds about right.
And that was in the Mustang, and then I parked. I parked in a parking garage. You remember that parking garage that's
yeah,
roughly across the street from the Flying Saucer.
Yeah, I do.
That's where I parked. So I had to run all the way from the convention center, which the theater was on the far side of the convention center. So yeah, I had quite the run to through downtown to get through there.
But it all worked out for us that entire weekend.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then most of us were just singing anime intros at the brass tap at that one night.
Man, that was iconic.
It's just all of us just having a good time. It was the best.
Yeah, that was iconic. That was a night to remember.
It was like there's no way. Like I haven't had a convention top that, to be honest. I think the only trip I'll have that'll ever top that is when we head out of the country. That'll be the only thing to ever top.
Yeah,
that in general for me.
Yeah, I can personally attest. The only thing that beat 2017 anime convention season for me was going to Akihabara.
And again, when we decide to do this, it'd be 3 days in Akihabara. It's not just be just a few hours that you were allowed. We're gonna be able to take our time and enjoy ourselves. And that's what I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. It looks like no one wanted to join in with us, which is fine. It's like, we're having a good time anyway.
Yep.
I have 2 different questions in general towards the end of the video, but I'm not really close to ending this just yet.
Are we going to address Sam's question?
Yes, because I am a man of my word.
Yes.
But that'll be at the end of the video. That'll be at the end. Because
I already have a plan for what I'm going to say for that one.
I wish I could show the picture of what I was like, well, there's a variety of options to choose, but don't have the picture ready to show. And then David, of course, posted one about 18 minutes ago on Facebook for me. Which you, I think you may have met him as well. Which him and his wife had,
I'm not good with names. So
he cosplayed as Ikaku. He was always an Ikaku cosplayer from Bleach.
Oh.
I think we met. I'm pretty sure you did meet him.
Yeah, I've met him.
Actually, it was from Brain Dead Brewery when he took me to the room because they were staying with him, his brother, and Jennifer were all staying with me, and Michael.
Dude, God.
Here's the thing.
This question.
Yeah, I'm guessing you looked.
Yeah, I looked.
And then another friend of mine reacted to my dinner that I posted last night. That food was so good.
It looked good.
The lamb was so tender, it was melting in your mouth. I cooked
good
that.
lamb.
I
It's
cooked
good
that
lamb.
perfectly. Now here's the thing: it was actually a frozen, boneless piece that was already pre-seasoned from my section at work. So I thawed it out, cut it into cubes, added the seasoning from the recipe on top of it, and I didn't use canola oil. I used olive oil because why not?
Olive oil is the best. Olive oil is the best, man.
It's not gonna make a difference. It's just gonna be healthier with olive oil than canola oil. Again, taste no different. Use that. Cook.
I kind of prefer stuff cooked in olive oil to canola or anything like that, though.
After using olive, I just preferred olive. I don't really care about anything else.
Hot damn, that is a kick-ass sour. Damn.
I chose correctly.
Yeah, it's good, man. But man, it's like getting kicked in the tongue.
Now it's time for me to have a sour.
Yeah.
From Martin House.
Yeah.
Which I keep forgetting this mini fridge is also on top of the futon for the Katatsu, so love that sound. I put that right in front of the other mic too.
Yeah. Get the perfect recording.
And that, my lads, was a cold one. I still have that meme on my computer.
With the boys. Or the boy.
Okay, even from where I'm at, I can smell the sour from where I'm at. I think I'm about almost a good foot.
Yeah, I was a foot and a half away from my sour, and I could smell that thing, man.
Definitely a good sweet pineapple smell to it. And it's also one made with lactose, so I know it's going to be smooth, too.
Yeah.
I've noticed that all the lactose ones are always like very smooth and creamy at the end.
Yeah. That's why whenever they're thrown into an IPA, they tend to get called milkshake IPAs. And yeah, I love a good sour with good lactose in there.
Oh, I love this. See, I love pineapple in general, so there's not a single bad thing I can say about this. You got your usual sour kick from a Martin's House.
Yep.
Which is no different from any of the other ones. It's got the same rating I would give any of the others. But it's got like a sweet, ripe pineapple with a nice smooth finish at the end.
It's got that juice.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. And I've cut open a ripe pineapple in the past in produce. And I mean, like, you couldn't keep it on the sales floor because of policies, but you know it would be perfect either way to still keep out there. Like, it was just like the perfect time to bite into one. This is what this tastes like. Aftertaste really refreshing at the same time. Again, you can't go wrong with Martin House. If anyone from Texas is watching this, which usually these videos don't do as well, but it's more of my friends that watch it when they're just want to do something, they'll just listen in. Always go for a Martin House. You cannot go wrong. I still think my favorite is probably the pickle juice that I had last month, which the closest I got to that was when I got the salty lady gose with the pickle juice added to it.
Yeah, that would be about as close as you could get to it. I had a beer from at the Rockwall Brass Taps grand opening. From New Braunfels Brewing Company in New Braunfels, Texas. And it was called the Pickle Fucker. And it was in the same vein as the pickle juice beer, like Martin House, but it was like watered down pickle juice
See,
instead of just like the straight pickle juice the Martin House one was.
see, and I have a reference to that. Clerks 2 reference
Oh no!
with the pickle fucker.
Oh, the pickle fucker.
And the way you said it was watered down, it sounded just like how that douchebag was from the movie. It's like you just described him.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if that's what they're going for, then congratulations, they succeed.
It's the most solid like 6 out of 10 beer that you can probably have. But boy, were the last like 2 sips of it like not good. But everything else was alright.
See, and the one from Martin House was the same from start to finish. Like there was nothing bad about it.
It was like drinking the pickle juice out of the jar.
Yeah, only difference is it was carbonated and slightly alcoholic.
Yeah, that's the best part.
And of course, my cat's in the video. She came in, got some pets, and then left.
What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Oh, I know what she wants, but she knows she can't get it right now.
I want the beer.
No, but if I had something else, she would devour it.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on what I have in my bowls on the desk... now she came back to the room. Depending on what it is, she will try to eat it. But she does it when I'm not paying attention. She waits. She's very opportunistic as a cat.
As cats should be.
No, but I mean, she. And now she's on the table. Can I help you, cat? Don't rub on the mic.
Look at me.
Don't rub on the mic. Yes, you're getting pets. The only thing that this webcam is seeing is a cat butt.
Yeah, yet again, as cats do, they like to show off their butts.
This one has always been fond of me. It was originally chosen by Sam to be her cat, and then she chose me. So she became my cat. Which I don't know why, but... Sam says because I'm made of warm, but... But cats tend to just choose their owners.
Yeah, they're very picky.
Are you proud of yourself, cat?
Yes.
Oh, she ain't meowing. Probably because I'm giving her attention, so she ain't gonna say anything. Even the aftertaste when I'm burping, I can taste the pineapple.
That's when you know it's a good one.
Yes, like the sour again. It's about as sour as the pickle juice.
Oh no!
Which wasn't really very sour to me, so. But I enjoy sour things. I mean, remember, salt and vinegar is my favorite chip.
Yeah. Salt and vinegar chips are fucking good, man. No lie.
Now, my favorite brand currently, because I can't find anything better than it, is the Kettle brand salt and vinegar.
Yes.
See,
I always prefer kettle cooked anyway.
Because not only are they're kettle cooked, but they're perfectly seasoned. They're not overbearing on either salt or vinegar. It's balanced.
Yeah.
And that's what it should be. It shouldn't be overpowering on one or the other.
I prefer just the texture of the kettle cooked chips to begin with. So
I just like the extra crunch.
Yeah, that's why.
It's like, I'm sorry, but if it's gotta have a good crunch to be a kettle chip.
Like, if you're gonna have chips, they gotta have the crunch, man.
Got to. They just can't be soft.
I need the crunch, and it's got to be like a satisfying crunch. It can't be that light original Lay's crunch. It's got to be the crunch.
And for me, it's one of those. The only other chip that I liked that could have replaced it, which was only a temporary flavor, was the soy sauce, wasabi, and ginger kettle cooked from Lay's.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It was the best chip I have ever had. And I wish I had more.
We're gonna have to have a day when we go to Japan where we just go to the local combini and just like buy as many fucking chip varieties as we can and
review
go
them.
at it. Yeah, just go at it.
I mean, I would be okay with that. I was kind of hoping to do something like that anyway while we're down there, but
because oh man, like you think the snack on at Mito was good? Like just wait till I take you to a fucking Lawson. In anywhere in Japan, man.
Or a 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Cat, knock it off. Lay down. Lay down.
The cat did not knock it off.
No, the cat thankfully didn't knock anything off. She's just trying to get attention. So now she's rolled over outside of camera view, getting attention.
Pay attention to me.
When the heck did this shirt get stained with paint? Then again, I haven't worn this shirt in so long. It's old.
Been partying a little bit too hard, have you?
I haven't worn this shirt actually since I forget. I had this shirt back in 2010.
Holy shit. I think I have maybe 2 shirts left in my closet from 2010.
Like this is an AJ Styles t-shirt from TNA back in 2010.
Holy shit. TNA.
Yeah, because it says Phenomenal One on the front. And it has that like white and gold to it. I'm surprised it still fits me. Hell, I still have the Jeff Jarrett shirt from 2011 from TNA.
I'm honestly surprised that the 2 shirts that I still have in my closet from 2010 still fit me. Although one of them the hem on the bottom of it came undone, so now it looks gross.
See, this one's got some tears in it. But again, it's been through a lot during those years, so.
Yeah, and the other one that fits me from 2010 has a couple holes in it, so it's just if I'm doing yard work, that's a shirt I throw on.
Yeah, there's a few specifically that I put on just for that. Because I think at one point this had gotten torn up from one of my other yards I'd mowed because the tree kept catching on.
Oh, yeah.
And given the color of the paint, I think this is also when we were painting the garage because it has that green paint on it. Because my other pair of pants has the same green paint on it. Now that I think about that. Because we had to repaint everything and replace certain things back when we had that bad storm and we got the insurance money to replace the roof and such.
I'm surprised your insurance company coughed up on that. They try to fight that shit tooth and nail around here.
I think he'd gotten lucky. Because we had to replace part of the garage door, replace the back door, painted the garage at the same time because it got pelted from hail. It was the same time where the hail had hit the house and it caused a leak right in the ceiling.
Yep. Because you get that nasty panhandle storm hail, man.
When we actually get it, yes.
The worst hailstorm I have ever seen in my neck of the woods, my particular neck of the woods at DFW, because Fort Worth usually gets it a lot worse than we do over here on this side of the Metroplex. The worst I have seen, like, in Mesquite was in my area. It was 2 weeks. It was 2 weeks before ACON 2017. Which is why I was so panicked about making sure I could get covered parking for my car.
Yeah, I remember.
For ACON, because they were forecasting storms that whole week. That didn't happen.
Yeah, I actually we did get we tried to, but it split apart, and all we got was the wind that year.
Yep. We got those really threatening looking clouds and whatnot, but nothing happened.
Actually, no, that was 2018. 2017, it did pour, because Sam and I were coming back from
It did, yeah. It poured at night one of the times, right?
Well, we were coming back from the corner store that had the sushi.
Yeah.
When it was, because it closed a year later. We were coming back with sushi, and
yeah, apparently, like the franchise that ran that place just shut down nationwide.
That's weird. But I mean, I've seen worse.
Yeah, but yeah, the hail that fell around here 2 weeks before ACON 2017. I know a mile down the road, like at the intersection of 30 and Galloway, actual baseball size hail is falling. But at my house, I'd say lemon size.
I can beat that, actually.
Oh, I know you can in Childress.
Well, this was back in 2008. We had got
you guys got softball size hail over there on the reg.
Usually no, but this year we did. That year in 2008 we did, because it knocked the power out for almost 2 days in town.
Yep.
I mean, it's not as bad as the tornado that hit through town that one year that ripped apart the gym at the high school and the bridge and such at the park. But, of course, that was before I had moved there when that storm kicked in. I think that was like a year before I moved there.
I actually saw the F4 tornado that went through Garland and Rockwall. 5 years ago. 5 fucking years ago. God damn. I'm kind of tripping there. That tornado came close enough to the flying saucer at the lake that they actually were telling the patrons to get in the fucking cooler.
Oh wow!
Because it came within a quarter mile of the saucer, and it was a half. And when it was at its biggest, it was a half a mile wide tornado. EF4. Leveled an apartment complex, a whole ass apartment complex, and yeah, and I saw it as it was crossing the highway. Like shit was crazy. Then I realized it was going towards my sister's house, because my sister lives in Rowlett, and so I called her and I was like, "Where are you at?" And she was like, "We just got home from the grocery store," and I'm like, get your ass in the centermost room that you can. You've got a huge ass tornado coming directly your way. And she's like, "But the sirens aren't going off." And I'm like, "Don't listen to this. Don't look for the sirens.
It'd be too late by then."
Yep. The sirens never went off because coincidentally enough, I mean they did the sirens were generally going off because of the severe weather around there, and anytime they detect a gust above 70 miles per hour in a storm, they sound the sirens around here. But yeah, most everybody, all but one of the local weather channels missed the tornado that went practically through my neck of the woods because they were focusing on another tornado warm storm that was going through downtown Dallas.
Of course they were.
And by the time that most of them announced that a large tornado was going through eastern Dallas County, it was by the time that it had already killed 7 people at 30 and George Bush. So practically where the saucer's at.
Not to mention the storm that we bypassed last year.
Oh, are you talking about that line of storms that came through?
When Ray was with us, yes.
Yeah. Where we were driving to Mitsubishi Marketplace, and then I saw the clouds in the distance, and I was like, "Could you look at the weather real quick, bro?"
Yeah. And as soon as we got inside, it started.
Yeah, because it looked nasty when we got to Mitsubishi, and then we avoided like the nasty stuff by literally like a half a mile. Because I saw the actual final damage report and weather report on that set of storms. Yeah, like a half a mile south of us was where those damaging winds set down.
Not just that, but we saw the damage as we went through.
Because we were trying to go to Anime Pop, and we're just like, damn, it looks like a tornado went through here.
And then the library that had all its glass walls.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. Because that was a pretty library before that. I still haven't been back by there to see if they've to see how they fixed it. If they fixed it,
I'm sure they fixed it.
Pretty sure they did.
It's been a year and a half at this point. Because this was back in May in 2019.
Yeah, because just remember how much of a pain in the ass it was to get through the intersections. So by the time that we got done with Anime Pop, I was just like, you guys just want to chill at the meadery for a bit so that all the shit calms down for a bit.
Which was fine, because I still actually have that growler up top. Ugh.
Yeah. Good old Breaking Brew, man. I need to pay those guys a visit. I haven't been there. I haven't since January? I haven't been there since January.
I think no.
We didn't visit this year.
Yeah, I don't think we went this past January.
No, but we went the time before that year.
Yeah, that was back in May with Ray. That was last time that was actually the first time I went there.
Yeah. Oh man.
Because I had the cherry bear in the growler. That didn't
such a good need.
That didn't take me very long to finish.
Rightfully so.
I mean, you know me, I can drink.
Yeah, and you're a man who likes his mead.
I do, but I like to savor at the same time.
but yeah, I savor my beer by drinking it really quick and then ordering another one.
I'm actually almost done with number 3.
I'm almost done with number 2, and I'm gonna go back to an IPA because I don't think I can. I don't think it's gonna be good for my stomach if I drink 2 potent ass sours in a row.
I think I'm gonna go with the one that I bought this last single for, which was the strawberry rhubarb sour.
Oh, it's so good.
By
Great Divide. Yeah, the Great Divide one. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Especially if you like rhubarb, because I'm not a big fan of actual rhubarb, but if it's alongside a fruited beer, dude, it's magic.
I think I actually have had a sour with rhubarb in it. I know I did actually. I bought a rhubarb before
this is what
I reviewed.
This is why you need to get Untapped, man.
I keep forgetting to download it, to be honest.
It's useful for me because especially when I go to a new place like the New Brass Tap in Rockwall, I want to try as much new stuff as I can. And so sometimes when you've had over 3,000 unique beers in your life, you kind of tend to forget which ones you've had before. especially when it's Oktoberfest season.
Yeah, because one of the ones I've had, you've never had.
Yeah, I haven't had 9 bands, but I would think that they would be alright. But I've generally been like towards 9 band. Like their stuff's been like okay, but it's so hard to fuck up on Oktoberfest. So
Say,
I'd be that's
this is the first of their brewery that I've had before.
okay. Yeah, I've had 3 or 4 from 9 band, and they've all been acceptable, but just not outstanding. You know, because you're gonna have breweries like that do acceptable but not outstanding, and that's fine. But
I'd say the only one again that has the exception was Martin House.
oh god, Martin House, they're Martin House is like they may not be like the flagship brewery of DFW, but they are certainly like they are certainly one of the trendsetters, if not the trendsetter.
I'm gonna say they had the most variety in terms of different flavors.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. That is without a doubt. They have the most variety, and they were like the first brewery that I know of in DFW that just really just tried to think outside the box and just do whatever wacky stuff they wanted that they could think of just to see if it would stick. And I mean they make one of the beers that I consider like one of the flagship Dallas beers in the Salty Lady Gosa.
Yeah, and that
like
was
the Salty Lady still to this day, and I have had a shit ton of Gosas. It is one of the finest Gosas I have had from anywhere in the nation.
And that's one of the ones that they constantly keep in stock at World Market too.
Yeah, because it is. Excuse me. It's there we go. Excuse me. Because it is Martin House's. To my knowledge, it is their flagship beer.
Cat, why don't knock over cans?
Is your cat knocking over the cans? Excuse me.
Yeah, she is.
I'm gonna take a bathroom break and then grab another beer, and I'll be back in just a sec.
Okay.
Alright, be back in just a sec.
Yeah, no problem. And while he goes in to relieve himself, I will mention that cat. Apparently, I'll have a cat here the entire time. She thinks this is her time for attention. You know, I've been off the last 2 days. No. You don't take no for an answer. You're stubborn. Okay. While he's doing that, I'd like to mention again, this is a chill podcast discussing just... It's been a while. Some of the stuff we discussed actually back last month. And... This is something actually I want to repeat it eventually over in our video anyway. On top of that, I get to drink some good beer.
And I am back.
Welcome back. I'm still dealing with this cat.
Sounds about right. But yeah, so I mean, I could name a flagship for Dallas for just about every style of beer.
out there, because Martin House is definitely the flagship sour. The Salty Lady is definitely the flagship sour of DFW, without a doubt. But as far as like, I'm gonna go for. All right, I'm gonna let you pick yet again here. So, sour with raspberry, guava, and marshmallow, or sour with blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, strawberry, cherry, guava, and marshmallow.
Go a little more settled the first one.
Yeah.
You don't want to go all in just in case.
Yeah. Alright. Because,
Now, it had my attention at marshmallow. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. Oh, dude. So, yeah, I mean...
And for you, I bet it makes you happy. You can actually have someone to discuss beer like this with that actually enjoys tasting beer.
Yeah, it's nice.
Because it's hard to find someone that just shares like the same, I'm gonna say, passion in terms of beer. Because most people that I know drink just to get drunk.
That's boring, man. I got that out of my system before I was even 21.
Now I will say I will drink to forget work, but I won't drink to be blackout drunk like half of them do. Now obviously it's just
not fun, and I just hate, and I just don't like being hungover, man. Like,
now even at that time
like
from Brain Dead, where it seemed like I wasn't drunk, but I did feel weird because just where the heat was affecting
because we were dehydrated.
But I wasn't drunk because I wasn't hungover the next day. Like, I slept for a few hours. I was fine.
Yeah, dehydration is not the same as being just blackout fucking drunk.
Because a friend of mine that came over and saw me because I was eating from the food truck. Which my mistake was I got something that had some jalapenos in it. That's my mistake from that one. Because I was already drinking, so at the same time having something with spice in it didn't really help. It made it worse.
Good job.
But I wasn't drunk. I was coherent. It's just that same day you were worried because I was in the bathroom. I was literally just trying to vacate a part of my body, not from throwing up, but just from all the food and stuff I've had. It's just like, it just took me a bit.
Too much in the stomach?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I was fine. That's why I was able to respond as quickly as you asked. Now, if there was something wrong, I would say something was wrong, but I was fine. Like, I still have a memory of that entire day perfectly.
Same here.
It was just that, because it affected you in a similar way as it did me.
Yeah, we just got dehydrated, man.
And the thing is that we had spicy ramen on top of that from beforehand, but we were also drinking a lot of water beforehand. Even at the brewery, we were drinking water with our stuff.
Yeah.
It's just that it was over 100 plus, so it didn't matter what we drank. We were fucked.
It was 100. It was 100 plus in that stupid Dallas heat island.
It was worse that year than it was the next year when when you drove me to that one brewery, which I forget what it was.
On Rotation?
I think it was Rotation. But yeah, no, I remember because we went there again. We did go there again.
Yeah.
The following year, so I do remember. I do remember because we've driven there a couple of times. We've definitely been there twice. At least I've been there twice. You've been there a lot more than that, but no,
yeah,
because I remember the inside of it.
Yeah, I haven't been by there since the Friday before I left for Japan this year. So early March.
But what's nice is that every time I was with you, I didn't get carded at all.
Do you like that as a result of being an old man, or do you?
No, I mean, I don't mind if someone asks for my ID if it's part of their job. I don't really care. I'm going, oh, cool, they know. That's just all it is. Like, I don't really care. I know that one server we had, the Brass Tap, those couple of nights, well, she carded the first night, but after the second time she saw us, she didn't bother. That was when we had Marcel with us that year.
Oh yeah,
because she had kicked the ones that brought pizza in out because it was about last call.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, I'm just trying to get you business. Like, you should have been here an hour ago. It's like, go across the street. Which I don't blame her, honestly. It's like, and the thing is, some of them were already drunk coming in.
Yeah, that was probably the actual reason why she told him to go.
It's like, for us, we weren't even close.
Because
I mean, like I said,
because it is the bartender's right and responsibility, almost pretty much, to determine if their customer is of the fortitude to be served alcohol.
I would say of their own safe mind, but
yeah. You get it.
Pretty much. And it was also the same bartender that was playing Pokemon Go that night too.
Yeah, I remember.
And
good times.
It was again, because that was actually how we physically met Marcel. I had talked to him over the last 2 months before the convention because he needed a room. Which the only thing he does is snore.
And mumble in his sleep.
Always give him a hard time, but still a good person regardless.
Yes.
And it's hard to find that anymore with people.
I know.
I think I've probably cast aside a lot of people who consider themselves friends, but just wanted something from me, and just used me and pretended to be my friend the entire time.
Yeah, that's been 2020 for me, is realizing who the real friends are and whatnot.
I know, and now instead of there being a good mark and a bad mark, now there's just one mark. Me.
Yeah, now it's just one. Now it's just one mark, man. Because I'm just like, I'm fucking done dealing with this dickhead.
Yeah, because I see, I've seen all your stuff on there about that. It's like, why can't you just accept the facts at this point?
Like, yeah, dude wants to pretend he's anti-government, and it's just like, obey cops, whatever, blah blah blah, and it's like,
fuck you.
You not see it? Yeah, like, do you not see your own hypocrisy, dude? That's just one of the things that rubs me the wrong way, is when people are hypocrites and they just refuse to acknowledge that they're hypocrites.
Pretty much, at least in terms of where I stand, at least with your mom. Like, she likes me.
Mm-hmm.
She learned exactly where I stand with everything in general.
Yeah, because you're not a shitbag.
No, I mean, I'm just blunt in that. I'm an asshole. I mean, I will not do that.
Well, the thing is, she's a blunt personality as well. Like, she doesn't candy coat shit at all either. So, like,
yeah,
she doesn't mind that.
Like I said, I learned that, and we had a lot to drink that night too. We were back there.
Yeah, buddy.
Shit, I still remember that too when you were showing me everything from Minecraft, and I had some of that spicy beef jerky.
Oh yeah, good old Sop Kitchen beef jerky.
Again, that's how you can tell the difference between someone who's actually blackout drunk who don't remember shit, and someone who's literally just having a good time, coherent, can actually have a conversation. It's like I'm opening beer number 4 right now.
Like what's the point? Like, what's the point of drinking if you're not one, if you get blackout drunk, then you're most likely getting throw up drunk too, and that's never fucking fun.
No, and Marcel left that one night because someone had gotten to that point from their little group. Did that passed out?
I heard some stories from Marcel about that one, man. Did you hear some of the stories about like some of the drinking that people were doing that little in the plaza at the Water Gardens?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god!
Because I was there with you when he was saying it.
Yeah, like holy shit, man! Like
it's like, and the thing is, they're drinking just flat just to fucking get drunk and try to get laid.
Yeah,
it's like
that's kind of the I don't want to say disadvantage, but like one of the drawbacks of the anime cons is that you get a lot of very socially repressed people just suddenly just fucking cutting at like loose and turning into absolute fucking animals for a whole weekend.
See, for me, I'm not a social person. Never really have been, unless it's with a certain group of friends. But at the same time, it's like, I drink just to drink, have a good time, like you and I have been doing for the last 3, going on for almost 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and that's what it should be. But some of these people are more focused on trying to get laid at conventions than just having a good time. It's more of
either get laid or just get fucking blitzed drunk.
And it's like, and this is the reason why they don't want conventions at these places.
Yeah, because you're busy like punching fucking holes in the wall and shitting in the bathtubs and
it's not that. The pictures I saw was that someone had fucking pancakes and maple syrup that filled the bathtub.
What the fuck?
Now here's the problem with the one who posted the pictures.
Or like back at the Anatole when the assholes dropped the statue from a few floors up.
Well, this was the first convention after 2017 that I'm describing at the surrounding hotels.
Yeah.
Is that the one who was sharing all these pictures was the one, like the ones involved were his con staff.
Oh no!
Because if you remember at the bar, one of them had told us all the stories how they just put the blame on the convention goers when it's really just him and their staff that do all of this with their friends. I'm not gonna say names, obviously, in this, but that's exactly how that happened, including the whole statues thing at the Anatole. It's more of like, this is why we can't have nice things. And thankfully, that person is no longer in charge of anything with Akon. For at least for that convention, of course, with their
this kind of relates back to my whole thing about why I just enjoy Japan so much is that at conventions over there, people don't wreck shit.
They don't. At this point, I am almost to a point where I'd rather save up and just go to Japan every year or two than a convention. Now, obviously, I have some good hopes for Frontier, so obviously...
Yeah, I'm excited for Frontier.
Okay, and I've poured it. I haven't smelled or drank it yet. Got the strawberry rhubarb.
So yeah, I am. So yeah, you got your rhubarb, and I've got. You chose this for me yet again. The Puff Tart XL Imperial Sour by the Brewing Project. Ooh. Malt beverage with raspberry, guava, and marshmallow flavor. And oh man, it's so good.
I can picture it.
As you are very well familiar, Mark, I am a big fan of any beers that have raspberry flavor in them.
Yes.
Whatsoever. This thing just tastes like raspberry juice and sugar. It's so good.
Now, getting a good I'm getting a good
Gotta sip it though, because it is tart. It's like a 2 out of 5 on the sour scale I previously described. It's not quite polite, but it's definitely not a tooth melter.
This one's got like a subtle, sweet strawberry smell.
Mm-hmm. I remember. I'm not sure if it was this rhubarb or another strawberry rhubarb one that I had, where the rhubarb it's really noticeable when you sip.
Well, I think I gave you a rhubarb one, from the hotel.
Mm.
'Cause I had brought in like a few cans of everything, and it was more of a fruit ale than it was a sour.
Yeah, because a lot of people tend to conflate the two. If it's fruited, so it's got to be a sour, and that's not the case.
It's not, in fact, because sours are done entirely different from a fruit ale.
Yep. I mean, you can sour a fruit ale, like if you if you treat the kettle with lacto before you do your brew, but
It's like I would it's like, why? Just because it has fruit doesn't mean it has to be. That'd be assuming the same thing if any of the fruit meat's the same way.
yeah.
Not.
Oh man, you just reminded me of that sour mead that from the what was it the chaos mead
the blackberry blueberry.
Yeah, that thing was so good.
Yeah, that was a limited batch too, so you got lucky when I shared one with you.
Yeah, I did.
It's gonna be a sandwich with apple vanilla. It's from that Chaos Sizer.
Oh yeah, man, that sounds so good.
It hasn't shipped yet, but they were waiting till today to see if the brew was done before even attempting to can it up and send out to the ones who did the orders or local pickup.
Yeah, I mean, from what you've shown me, like as far as like the notes that they send and whatnot, like they like Grenfell, like they look like they like go over the top to make sure that you're getting the best product you can.
Like the ones that I've given you, I mean, you've enjoyed.
Oh, dude, they're fantastic meads. You know, the only meads that they come close to are like the stuff that we've had from Breaking Brew.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was comparing them to. The Psycho Pump, the sour cherry, is very similar to the Cherry Bear. It's similar, but this one's a little bit more sour since it is a sour mead. But it's fantastic either way. The more I drink of the strawberry rhubarb, the more flavor I get. But the flavor is... oh, okay, you left Discord again. Welcome back.
I do believe it. Yeah. Gotta love the Discord mobile app kicking me off every 30 minutes.
Eventually, you'll have to start using your computer.
Yeah, eventually.
As I was saying with this one, though, the strawberry rhubarb is subtle. It's not overpowering in flavor. The sour is definitely there, but it's an overall subtle flavor from Great Divide.
Yeah. Great Divide. Great Divide does fantastic stuff. Like
it's also from Denver, so.
That's something that we might have to just do instead of an anime con, like maybe next year or something. It's just take a weekend trip to like Denver and whatnot, and just hit up the breweries over there because there are so many good ones. My favorite brewery nationwide, Avery, they're in the Denver area, and dude, that is like the tap room I want to see like before I die.
How about, because let's see, next year we have a convention plan because I do want to see
Frontier. Absolutely.
In 2022 we have Japan, so I'd say maybe 2023 because
man, that's so far out.
It's either that or if I somehow get time between the end of 2022 to save up the money. Because I probably won't be. I don't think I'll be able to go to a convention. So maybe we can save up between June and July around our birthday. Around our birthday in July, we could try to save up money and make a trip for a few days in Colorado.
I mean, man, that would be.
We could always try.
Ooh.
We could always try to plan that for that year.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
you and me and every fucking brewery in the Denver area, baby.
Because it would just be you and me, so this this would be perfect.
Yep. Because I know because some of my buddies went to Colorado, and this was back when I couldn't get time off for the time that they went. They went to Colorado to check out the breweries, and one of the days that they went, they Ubered, of course, because they're responsible adults. They went to 8 breweries in one day.
I think we could do that easily.
I think we could do that easily. I mean,
it's you and me we're talking about. We're the beer brothers, damn it.
In my Oklahoma City trip that I did last year, I went to 5 breweries in one day, and I was still ready to drink. Like, I found a local pub in downtown OKC and finished my night off there.
I feel like we'll be fine because, again, we can drink, but at the same time, we don't rush ourselves at the same time. Yeah. So
that's another thing that we could possibly do, man. Is like if you can just take like one day off, and in addition to just one of your normal days off, like we can go to OKC and like check out the breweries there, because OKC is about as far for you as it, or about as long of a drive for you as it is for me, right?
Well, I don't drive. And usually when I take time off, I usually try. If I take like a weekend off, I always take between Thursday through Sunday, because it would have the last 2 days of the week off, then at most 1 to 2 days of the next week, because Walmart's week starts on Saturday. So it's actually not that bad for me whenever I do that, especially for conventions. It's really not that bad schedule-wise.
Because you and me need to do a brewery crawl in a city that's not Texas.
It's like, we can do this. We need to find a way to plan it. Because the reason why I'm saying we're waiting is also because we don't know for COVID. So I'd rather wait until we have a guarantee. That's the reason why I plan stuff so late ahead, because I don't know what it's going to look for between now and then. That's the only reason why. I'm trying to play it more safe than sorry, because I'd rather take this seriously than the assholes who think this is a joke. So that's the reason why
or think it's a scam or
are the ones who keep telling me, "Oh, this is just a plandemic. This is all political only." It's like
200,000 people are dead, dude.
And the thing is, I've had people who are close have had their family members die. I mean, hell, Yada has had was a member of his family that's had it that recovered.
Yeah, it was either his great grandfather or his grandfather
that recovered from it. But
and then one of my coworkers, she got it while she was pregnant, and her husband got it. And very fortunately, because COVID is associated with miscarriages for pregnant women. But fortunately, she gave birth to her child, and her child seems fine.
So far, hopefully that stays the way it is.
Yeah.
Because that's no joke either.
And I'm not entirely unconvinced I didn't have it back in May, because
I think I had this shit back in January when I had the cold fucking shivers for 2 days and I couldn't stop shaking.
Because I have still been not able to shake off just being fucking exhausted, just having constant stomach issues, and then
you're not alone in that. I'm actually in the same boat as you.
And I've never had this last this long before in my life.
And my stomach issues were definitely evident on our trip. That's why I was trying to be so nice and holding. Well, my stomach was during the entire time. It's like I've never felt that way, even on a trip out of town. So I'm pretty sure I still have after effects of whatever I had back in January after we had come back.
Because I've seen like scientific articles now that have said that like COVID arrived here in late December. So
Yeah, because I had everything after we came back from that trip.
because the dude that I went to
something.
the dude that I went to Japan with, he went to LA in January, and then went to Las Vegas on the way back. And while he was in Vegas, he was sick as a fucking dog. And he had like the and he wasn't bullshitting, and the dude bullshits a lot, but he wasn't bullshitting, but he had like all the symptoms of COVID-19.
See, mine was more of just the shakes, the body pain.
I had that. I had that back in May, and but it didn't really strike me hard until July, because that time that I went to the emergency room in July, like I had all the symptoms, and I was just like, oh fuck, am I about to die?
And a friend and coworker of mine, who works in my area, her family had it, and so they made her forced quarantine for 2 weeks, even though she tested negative 3 different times.
I tested negative. I tested negative twice on the scrape your brain test.
Yeah, she had tested negative, but they still wouldn't let her come to work, and she did not like that. But that's it, because they kept getting on to her about, like, well, I guess you don't want to work. It's like, I wasn't given a choice. There's something that just weren't given a choice. Like, even though they tested negative, they still made themselves quarantine because they're around people who had it. Especially when you see them every single day.
I'm just so ready for this fucking thing. I just want the vaccine. I want a good vaccine to come out, so I can just get it and not have to fucking worry.
See, I'd rather get this than a flu shot, because honestly, the flu shots are worthless. I say this because the 2 times I ever took a flu shot, I was severely sick for 3 days.
Every time I've had an immunization, I have been sick as a fucking dog for the next 2 or 3 days, because I don't know if it's necessarily a requirement, or if it's a requirement for like if y'all even have. Do y'all have like a community college up there?
Clarendon College, they have a building over in town.
Okay.
Over at the old theater.
So for the colleges in Dallas County, at the very least, you're required to get a immunization for meningitis. And I did that so that I could take courses back in 2013, because that's when the requirement came into full effect. And I got the shot for meningitis, and that was one of the up until this year, that was the sickest I had ever been in my life, was after I had taken the shot.
And after I got that sick from the second time from the flu, I was like, I'm not gonna get this flu shot again. And turns out I haven't gotten sick since then.
I am seriously considering getting the flu shot this year, because my mom had a severe case of the flu back in January, and it was the flu. It wasn't COVID. She tested positive for influenza B.
Right.
And she was sick enough then that I was like panicking and whatnot then, but she has later said that I thought I was gonna die that day. And I had asked her, like, do I need to take you to an emergency room? She was like, no, we're just gonna go to urgent care and blah blah. And fortunately, the medication that they prescribed for her worked instantly. But I'm thinking about getting the flu shot because despite her coming down with that flu, I did not come down with anything.
Right.
So
you're thinking about it just in case, so she doesn't receive anything similar.
Yeah, but The thing is, I had a very severe case of the flu back when I was 14. And so I think the reason I didn't get it from her was I might still have the immunity to it from when I had it bad in 2005.
That's probably why I'm fine, is because of the 2 bad times I had it. Yeah, there's always going to be mutated strains, but I've been fine.
Because a lot of friends of mine back in 2009 got the swine flu, and I had contact with them while they were infected. Never got it.
Yeah, I never got that. Everyone around me kept panicking over it, but I was in college at the time, but I was always away from people. I was always in the game room playing World of Warcraft.
A few, like 3 or 4 of my friends got it, but only one of them got and I wouldn't even call it bedridden sick, but just definitely stay home sick.
Like I said, the last time I had gotten sick, again, was after we come back. I was shaking so bad you'd think I was having a fucking seizure or a stroke or a heart attack. That's how much I was shaking. You'd think I was dying.
That was me when I went to the emergency room in July. And that's I had the cold shakes. I had crushing chest pain. Could hardly breathe. I didn't have a fever, but I thought I was coming down with very super I thought COVID was just dropping the fucking hammer on me, like it had done to other people. But yeah, tested negative twice that week. It ended up being a completely unassociated issue with the respiratory system.
Yeah, for me it's more of because before all this, even that, I had taken a hot bath because.
Oh man, hot baths or hot showers always help. Always help.
Well, here's the problem: when I was in the bath, no water felt hot to me.
Ooh.
So the moment I got out and started drying is when I started having those body aches and shivers. I had felt the body aches. I'm like, okay, I'll just take a hot bath. I'll put some bath salts in there. Try to feel better. Oh, just couldn't even tell it was hot water. Got out. I went straight to the fucking bed. I was shivering and barely able to make it there with how much pain and shaking I was doing. Sam didn't even know until she was going to bed that night, and it was just, "You okay?" I was like, "No, I'm not okay. If you can't tell, I can't stop shaking, and every part of my body feels like it's trying to stab me." And it was like that for 2 days, and then thankfully I was off that next day, so I spent most of that day in bed.
Just resting up.
And then I was fine by the next day. I had to work at least. I still feel like that was, up until that point, yeah, I had fatigue. I didn't have a loss of taste or smell. I never had those symptoms.
So I never had a loss of taste or smell, but there was a period in May where I completely lost the ability to feel hunger. I went 3 days. 3 whole days without eating. And then I finally just forced myself to just put something down. And I still had to force myself to eat for another 2 or 3 weeks after that before I started feeling hunger pains again. And even then, my appetite now is still not all the way back.
My appetite is there. There's some days where it's like after I've had something.
Mine's there. It's just it's not. My appetite is not like what it was. Like say when I went to Japan. I want I was eating shit left and right in Japan, but now I'm just like. Sometimes I have to tell myself, you haven't eaten in 6 hours. You need to put something in the body.
See, I'm the exact same way. Usually if I've had something on break, where usually I'd be hungry about the 2 hours after I've had break to eat lunch. Now it's more if I've had something on break, I'm not really that hungry at all. But I'll still get something just so there's something in me and something to drink. And then eat when I get home. And I'm usually, for the most part, done. But I have some days where it's like, okay, I have eaten. Why the hell am I hungry?
Yeah.
You know, I haven't had that today. This morning I had, obviously, those breakfast bites. For lunch, I had I had a frozen bag of chicken fried rice. I had that for lunch. And since we've done this, I've had 4 pieces of avocado toast and 4 beers. I mean, I might.
You have to change your title to toast as well.
You were like orgasmic in your toast eating that night.
It's so good.
I mean,
This is what I abandoned house payments for.
And the reason why I ate that is because I'm hoping it'll piss off some people. Because they assume because we're millennials, that's all we eat. It's like, I've never had avocado toast before. That was the first time that I had any.
Well, see, that was part of why I was curious to try it. I was like, oh, so is this worth not owning a house over? And then I'm like, yes, it is.
And it's like, it's to me for at least for what I had, 'cause mine was just a flat out avocado, nothing really on it. It was like, okay, it's okay. But
hey, sometimes I throw avocado slices on my pizza, man, and that does it for me.
now, if I have rice, I always add avocado to my rice.
Oh, that sounds so good.
I know, right? Nat, I'll buy some furikake on Amazon.
Oh, with some furikake, that sounds amazing.
Yes, and it's like, okay, have that, have some smoked salmon from my area that's already sliced and put it on there. And
Man,
and just a little bit of rice vinegar. Just
you're getting my mouth watering here, man.
Here's the thing: I'm good at making people hungry.
Yeah, you are. You're doing some good work right now.
It's like, for me, that's like a great meal, and maybe some scallions on the very top.
Oh, hell yeah!
It's like, and technically you have yourself a poke bowl right there.
Technically, yeah.
It's like, that's like a full meal right there for me. It's like, that's perfect. I'll be fine. Because I'm sorry, but as much as I want to ever go on a diet,
don't be sorry. Don't be sorry.
As much as I want to, I won't, because of one thing. I refuse to give up my rice. I refuse. Because that's just flat out carbs, which it's like, you know what? Rice makes me happy. I don't always eat it every day, but when I do, I'm happy. And I'm not giving that up for anyone.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
It's like, yeah, I don't always eat healthy. Now, the food I ate last night, that was actually healthy. Like, all the seasonings, like, all the vegetables, that was all stuff I freshly cut myself and cooked. Like, the only thing that was even canned was the tomato paste. That was it. And that was
I know you can't avoid that.
And it's like, that was just pure tomato paste. Like, there was like nothing else added to the damn thing. Just salt, pepper, the spices I added. There was a full 2 cups worth of chicken broth.
You are getting me fucking hungry just talking about this shit right now.
I'm pretty sure if you look at the picture again, you'll get hungry.
Yeah, I probably will.
Because Sam had leftovers
'Cause-
before I came in to record this.
Because once we're done here, I'm going to the ramen place in Rockwall, and then I'm going to the brewery from there.
But I mean,
I haven't been to the ramen place that just opened in Rockwall yet, so I'm ecstatic to try them.
See,
It's called Ramen Head, and they've been getting some damn good reviews, so I'm fucking eager to try them.
I mean, that's a good thing. But for me, it's like, I love to cook, but I have to do it when I'm off, or if I'm off the next day, because I still have issues moving my right arm, regardless of whatever I've done to try to fix the fucking thing. It still hurts like hell. I can barely move it after a hard day.
That's why you need to just jerk off with your left arm.
I'm left-handed.
Oh yeah, you are, aren't you?
Yeah, that actually doesn't help you.
That's funny.
I mean, I know you've described yourself in that regard, and it's okay. I'm
ambidextrous.
Ah, shit.
I am ambidextrous though. But
the jokes. I guess you can give yourself
seriously, like, aside from Richie, the guy that you met at Acon.
Yeah.
Richie's the only right-handed friend I know. All of my other friends are left-handed. You're left-handed. My buddy Trent's left-handed. My buddy Brad's left-handed. My buddy Jagger's left-handed.
Sam's right-handed.
Okay, there.
You're not lonely. Ironically, two achievement holders I know are left-handed.
For lefties, supposedly making like 10% of the population or whatever. I know a lot of fucking left-handers. It's really weird. I mean, I can write and throw and do and bat left-handed and all that, but
I mean, I can bat right-handed. It just feels more coupled than left-handed for some reason. Certain things.
Yeah.
The other. But writing left, and that's if you can call my writing. It's practically chicken scratch.
I call my writing just about the same as well. Because I typically write with my right-handed because I'm naturally right-handed. But when I was about 21, I decided to undertake a project to try and teach myself to do stuff left-handed.
Ironically, for me, aside from myself, I don't know anyone else who's left-handed in anyone near me. So it's the opposite for me than it is for you.
I mean, I can half count there because I am ambidextrous.
I'm talking about in person, like right now, like in this town. I think I'm the only one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
town of 4,000. Yeah, you're not gonna have a whole lot of variety there.
No. Yeah, I mean, we can wrap this up. This way you can go and eat, since I keep making you hungry, and you can drink more.
Since you just keep taunting me with all this awesome-sounding food.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've shown pictures of it, too, in the past.
Yeah. God damn, that dish looked nice last night.
Oh, trust me, it was perfect. And I've never made anything like that before.
I just generally enjoy lamb to begin with, dude, so fuck.
The thing is, this was originally frozen boneless leg of lamb from my bunker at work. That I pulled a decent sized one out. I think for the meat that I overall had in the pot was it was $15 worth. And it cut up a lot of meat, so I got my money's worth.
There you go.
It was already pre-seasoned anyway, so I just added more seasoning, so it just gave it more flavor. Again, I just cut that into cubes. I cooked it in a Dutch oven with olive oil. Cooked it until
I can see you.
Because
I could certainly see you cooking in a Dutch oven.
Cooked? Well, I am part Dutch at the same time, sadly and ironically. So,
I am Dutch as well. So.
From what I've been told, I at one point I want to do the whole DNA test to determine.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I actually want to do that because those people not only share that information with you, they also share with the FBI. And it's like, bro, that's kind of creepy.
Well, given the fact I share the same name as my horrific father, I'm pretty sure at this point my identity is already fucked in the water. So,
wait, are you a junior?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
I mean, I didn't find out my dad was a junior until he died. So
yeah, yeah. So that's
his father wasn't exactly an upstanding individual either.
So it's like, yeah, that's why it's so easy for my information to be stolen from me. So it's like I'm already fucked regardless. So it don't matter at this point. I've already had debt in my name once before. That wasn't even for me.
God, that's fucking scary. That's one of the things that scares me most is having to deal with fucking identity theft.
Yeah, and it came from someone who was supposed to be a family member.
Shit.
The same person, actually. It's the reason why I've disowned anyone blood related to me.
I mean, with your history, yeah, don't blame me one bit.
There's a whole thing. At first, Sam and
that's
never believed me until they had to experience it, and it's like, oh, he was never lying to begin with. I don't lie. I don't.
You. It's one of those things. It's one of those things where you can't believe it, but also you can't fucking even write it for like a drama.
Yeah, there's a few stories I could tell, including one where I won't describe that on this, but
no, we're chilling, man. We're having a good time.
It's like I'll tell you about it in Twitter later on. I'll tell you everything. But no, they put a credit card debt in my name using my dead grandparents' address, and I never knew I had a debt until we tried to buy this house. And it had to be for some reason under my name and not Sam's name because
when they run the credit report,
because male female, they wanted a male. They were kind of sexist about it, which pisses me off. And that's when I found out about it. And the money that paid for it came out of the life insurance from Sam's dead father. So after that, I flat out told them, if you aren't going to pay back the money from that and everything else that you've stolen from the last several years, both of you can drop dead and wouldn't bother me. Bye-bye. A few things have happened since then. Trying to contact my job, which, as well as the cops in town, which I told the cops the reason why I refused to respond, and they're like, oh, say no more, we'll deliver your message for them. And they left.
Man.
Because as soon as I mentioned the fraud, it's like, are you going to pay for their debt? They're like, say no more, we're done. It's like, I'm not playing at this point. And thankfully I haven't heard from a single one of them since then, since he had his heart attack.
Fucking Christ, man.
And ironically, he's in the one place that he never wanted to be in, and that puts a smile on my face. He's in a nursing home.
Hospital. Oh, God, yeah.
And it puts a smile on my face every day that I know that.
One of the few cases of somebody getting their just desserts.
Karma's a bitch, and usually those who have crossed me that have got it.
I like to think that karma's a bitch, man, but it hadn't been nice to me. But it's nice to know it's been nice to someone.
I'm glad I let that beer sit out a little bit. I get more of the rhubarb flavor now.
Oh, now that's warmed up.
Yeah. I get more flavor than I did when it was ice cold.
That tends to be the case with like sours or sour oriented beers.
Certain ones. Some are better cold, some are better room temperature.
With
slightly warm.
With sours and fruit beers, I think the flavor comes out a little bit more when it's not quite room temperature, but it's on the way to room temperature.
Which is what this is right now. So,
like once it gets to like the nice 50-degree mark, 60-degree mark maybe, like that's the fruit really starts to come out on it, and all the flavors start to come out on it.
Yeah, it's all coming out. Even the smell is different. You get more of the rhubarb with the strawberry, not just the strawberries being subtle. And
plus, especially if you decant it, letting it air out for a bit also tends to change the character of it.
And the sourness dies down. It's not just potent.
Yeah.
So it's died down. But for closing, I guess we could always answer those two questions.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's go with the easy one. Boxers or briefs?
That's the easy one.
That is the easy one, and it's usually boxers for me.
I'm going to be the indecisive dickhead and say boxer briefs because that's what I wear.
I mean, boxers. I just like the looseness. I don't like being constricted.
Yeah, I like the support, but I also with boxer briefs, like I don't feel like it's quite but it's not.
But material is always a key. Depends on brand. At the same time, you don't want anything just painful or gonna chafe you at the end.
Yeah.
Especially when you work, it's like you're gonna feel something if you're sweating. It's like get something with material that's not gonna harm you in the end.
At least try.
And it's really hard if you work at a Walmart. You have to search online for anything good.
Yeah.
As for Sam's question, which I can't tell if it was a fucking joke or not. Which fuck you, Satan.
I love this question.
Tits or ass?
You go first.
Of course you're gonna make me go first. I went first last time, you fucking asshole. I'm gonna have to.
You can't see me right now, but I'm fucking gabbing.
I'm sure you. I look like you spit out your beer.
No, I'm just doing. I'm trying to do like the bass boost noise.
It sounded like you spit out a beer.
Oh no, I'm not spitting out this beer. It's too good.
Yeah, I know. It's like.
All right, man. You gotta answer the question. Ass or titties?
I'm gonna have to go with ass.
Man of culture.
Especially if they're in I'm going to go both instances of anime in real life, especially if they're wearing thigh highs.
Oh, God. Man of culture.
It's like
man of culture.
It's like perfect.
You appreciate that Zetai Ryoriki.
Yes. Yes. What about you?
I'm definitely an ass man as well.
That's probably why.
To paraphrase Prison School's most iconic scene, titties are just wannabe asses. Man desires the ass.
I have to agree with that. That's probably why I agree with how I said it too.
When I saw that question, like the first thing that came to mind was, "Oh yeah, the fucking Prison School scene."
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, Sam probably won't spend 2.5 hours watching this, but
have you watched Prison School?
I have read the manga.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've seen any new chapters, but I have read the manga.
No, I believe it's finished.
Well, I mean, the last time I looked at it was like a year or so ago.
I believe it should have been finished by then,
the last thing I read was where they were, it seemed like in a... what's the word to describe it? It's like they're trying to capture, like, headbands.
Oh, no.
That's where I was last at when it came to that whole thing between both sides. They were climbing, and I don't remember names at this point. It was the really big guy.
Oh, God.
They were on, him when they were doing...
Either way, if you're somehow still listening to this, if you are a complete and utter degenerate, like myself and Mark, please watch Prison School. And you will understand why cultured individuals are ass men.
And... Well, no, I'm not going to be able to make this sound realistic to people to watch, but I was going to suggest, if you want to really watch something you don't want to suffer, watch Arrow Manga Sensei.
Oh, absolutely! It's the anime of the decade. It's a heartwarming story about a stepbrother and stepsister just bonding and.
Hey, I'm gonna have to probably stop you right there and say you've already fucked it up by saying that.
overcoming family tragedies and learning to love again. No, there's no way to redeem that fucking show.
No, there's no fucking way. And you had to do it drunk. I fucking did it sober. I think I feel.
Oh shit! You watched it sober, you fucking mad lad.
I didn't have beer at the time, and I just had a fucking impulse and boredom.
You mad lad.
And this was long before you tried to get me to watch Saren. I would have done that at the time than this.
Oh, dude, Saren is good enough that you can watch it. That you can watch it sober. But it really helps to watch Sarah drunk.
I mean, I enjoyed the episodes I watched. I think, well, 2 of them were, like, I was buzzed, because we were right in your room at the time we watched the first 2 episodes.
Oh, yeah. But yes, for those of you that don't know about Satan, Love Deer is a wholesome all ages game.
I fucking knew you were going to say that. I fucking knew you were going to say that. I have known you for too fucking long.
You knew I was gonna say it. If I had the chance.
I did, especially considering it was on Twitter earlier in the week.
It was my first plate at the Flying Saucer. That's what it said. Like, I have it hanging on my wall. It says Love Deer is a wholesome all ages game, and I had so many people asking me about it. Like, what's Love Deer? I'm just like.
How do you explain this?
It's just like you if you don't know, then you don't know.
And the thing is, I do know. That's actually the sad part, is I do know.
Actually, you don't know yet if you're only 3 episodes in.
I think I saw it. Wait, I'm pretty sure I saw it in the.
No, Love Deer comes up in Miyamaya's arc, so episode 5.
Or am I thinking of a YouTube clip at this point?
You might have seen a YouTube clip, but Love Deer's a wholesome all ages game is definitely. It should be episode 5. If not episode 5, it's episode 6 because it comes up in the first episode of Miyamaya's arc.
Okay, I'll probably confirm this after, because I don't want to spoil for anyone who doesn't know what it is. For anyone who did manage to go through the end of this, I do hope you enjoyed it. Even if you just, didn't have the video playing, you just had the audio playing in the background while doing something. Trust me, this is...
Just listening to 2 half-drunk dudes bullshitting about everything.
I mean, honestly, when discussing good beer,
Why the fuck not?
I really want to
They
discuss.
might.
Also,
We should have encouraged any potential listeners to drink alongside of us, but whatever.
I mean,
Maybe for next time.
If they weren't when we started this, when I have cans next to me, then they were missing out to begin with.
Yeah, you're right about that.
But one thing I wanted to try to say is because we're discussing supporting craft breweries, I wanted to support like artists as well. That's why I linked like an artist in Discord that I plan to actually
Support your local brewers and support your local hentai artists.
Ironically, they do have NSFW as well as
Fuck
SFW.
yes.
They have both.
Fuck yes.
So you'd be fine because they'd be covered. I'd be fine because, well, Sam doesn't give a shit what I have on my wall.
Or your shirts, for that matter.
This is also true. The shirts are usually fine, but
Just big titty out in the open there.
she don't really care what I have, which is nice. It's hard to find people like that who just aren't just flat out like that.
Well, when you're in the anime fandom, you know what to expect.
True. But no, because, like, I may discuss this in a later video with more artists next time. I may do that next time we're able to do something like this. But, hope you all enjoyed. If you listened, thank you, because, I would have loved to add more people to have more opinions, but at the same time, I wasn't expecting anyone other than the person who I wanted to discuss all this with in the first place. So,
Buongiorno.
So, this has been Zaramaru, and that has been the probably not even close to being buzzed Haru.
This is a half drunk Haru.
Not even close, I don't think. I've seen you much.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Compared to Brain Dead, this is nothing.
Oh fuck no! Oh my god.
Compared to Brain Dead, I think it was also the Flying Saucer that day. We had a lot more to drink then.
Oh man, Flying Saucer night. Yeah, that was.
Because that was when I came to your house that night. It's like we had more to drink there.
Yeah, we had ourselves a time.
It was a good time.
Fuck yeah.
Hope y'all enjoyed this. Let me know down below what y'all thought. I try to do videos like this more often, and
hit that like and subscribe.
Get me to 666.
Yeah.
Do that, and I will
get him to 420, guys. Blaze it.
If you get me a 666, I would attempt a 24-hour live stream without knowing what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh fuck! Don't commit to that.
I would commit to it because I am already glad for punishment. I am married. Yes, I am married to Satan. She's in the other room. She has headphones on, so she ain't hearing a single fucking thing I'm saying.
I was about to say, I'm surprised I'm not hearing a "fuck you" background there.
Yeah, I can't hear shit, to be honest, with these headphones. I should have popped in here and said it in Discord. I do plan on doing more beer reviews when I'm able to, card openings, really anything that could be recommended. I would usually try anyway, but... And since I have my 2-cam set up, I actually got to work. I got to work with my phone on OBS as well as the webcam, which is from the first card opening I did the other day. I just have to upload it. It's just that the audio is loud, so you don't need to have it on full blast. You can have it as low as possible and still hear just fine.
Oh, that's great.
And it's with the microphone I'm using right now on the Kotatsu table. It's using this same exact mic. Because both you and me, when we're talking loud, it's spiking in the red for the audio and the mic audio.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're definitely you're peaking then. So
that's fine because that means that people can actually do it at their own pace without having to go all the way up just to hear something.
Yeah, you kind of want to avoid peeking, but
Well, at the same time, when I edit for
it's something for adjustment later. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're using Windows
it degrades.
Are you using Windows Movie Maker, my dude?
Because I haven't paid for software because I'm a cheap fucking asshole.
Oh my god.
I was offered Sony Vegas, but he may not have an extra copy like he said, which is fine.
Dude, Vegas is where it's at.
I just need to eventually just shell out the money to buy it. Which, surprisingly, if I fail to do this through Movie Maker, that's all I've been doing. Like, all my reviews have been through Movie Maker. If it doesn't look that way, then I've done something correct. I'll take that as a compliment because I'm horrible. And lazy. Because I don't like to edit shit out. This has been a nice, chill, I guess, podcast. It's been over almost 3 hours long.
Yeah, nice little bullshit session.
Yeah, I mean,
really needed that. Really needed that.
We really did. It's been a while since we've actually had a nice little discussion like this, anyway. Because we're always both busy.
Just been able to shoot the shit.
Yeah. So hope y'all enjoyed this. I am out to piss off the wife more.
Yeah, man.
Later.